Hello and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the description section below. You'll also see in the description section below any links to videos I mention in this video. So today I'm going to show you how to leach your houseplant. And by leaching, this refers to rinsing in this instance. So it isn't your neighbor that's trying always to borrow things, or your brother who's trying to borrow money, but this is actually rinsing your houseplant soil. So there's a few reasons that you would want to do this. I do have another video on when there is salt buildup, so toxic salt buildup in your soil. That's a really big reason to be leaching your houseplants. The link to that is below. Some of the signs of toxic salt buildup or white crust on the inside edge of the pot, around the inside edge and on the bottom. That can also be other mineral buildup, but salt is a mineral and it does show as a white salty kind of a patch looking thing. The other things that will happen when you have a salt build up in the soil is you will have things like brown leaf tips will be a problem. The plant doesn't look so great. It starts to not look so good. What happens is the salt will will cause root rot, cut off the roots from being able to absorb water, and then you get root rot on your hands. So it's very good to keep to leach, to keep the soil free of salt. And another thing, really good reason to leach the soil is when you get a new houseplant. And I do talk about this in other videos about how when the plants are grown in the wholesale nursery business, they are given a lot of artificial growth hormones, artificial and chemical fertilizers, and that, when it builds up in the soil, can kill off the good microorganisms, bacteria in the soil, and it will also cause salt buildup as well. So when you get a new plant home, it's a really good idea to leach the soil and then re-inoculate with a good fertilizer. So afterwards, but for definitely getting that soil nice and rinsed out. So I'm going to show you how to leach a plant. Very simple process. It's not exactly the simplest process if you have a really big plant. If you have a really big plant, you probably want to do it outdoors and then let it drain well and then move it back indoors or in the bathtub, in the shower, somewhere like that. But for a small plant, you can do it at the sink. And so I'm going to show you here. So here's a pothos, which could really need a rinsing. It's been in this pot for a while. Another thing, when your plants have just been in the pot for a while, you want to rinse the soil out. Because things tend to build up in there from your water and, as mentioned, from fertilizer as well. It's good to do before you're going to fertilize too. So what you want to do when you're leaching is you want to rinse through very slowly the same amount, at least the same amount of 3 times of the size of the pot. So basically, if I were to fill up 3 cups this size of water, I want to rinse the plant with at least that. I usually do more than that, but the minimum is that. And the minimum for really big plants, it could be a lot of water. So if you have a really big plant, the minimum 3 times the size of the pot is perfect. Smaller plants, you can do more if you want. So what you always want to do, and I have a video on this, the importance of the temperature of the water, is use tepid to warm water on your houseplants when you're leaching them, just like when you're watering them. I'm going to slowly, and this container here that I have has more than 3 times of this pot size, as you can probably tell. So I'm not going to use the whole thing, but I'm going to use quite a bit. I think at least half. And you want to slowly run the water through the plant. It's going to rinse things as it goes. If you do it too fast, it may go over the top. It's not going to be as effective. So slowly let it go. Do it again. Let it rinse good. Some plants may take a little longer to get through the soil if it's a denser soil, and if it's a denser soil, it's even more of a reason to get it rinsed out, because the denser soils tend to hold on to a lot more things like the salt and the chemical fertilizers and that sort of thing. So as you can see, it's just a very slow, nice, gentle rinse. And I've almost done about half of this. amount of water. So that is enough. That's enough. Like I said, you could do more. If you're having a lot of problems with the plant, you could do even more, but at least the 3 to 5 pots worth through the soil. So that is how you leach your plants. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.